I want to talk about black families and child support within the black families. And it's been a stereotype and I think a tug of war between the black man and the black woman. It's always been, or the black man saying, well, she's not spending the money on the kids. She's getting her hair done or buying Gucci bags and, bullshit like that. And then you have the black woman say that, oh, well, the black man is not stepping up to his responsibilities. He's not giving me child support, or maybe he's giving something, but it's not enough, or he's trying to dictate and control what I do with the money. And excuse me, it's been a real bad tug of war between the black man and the black woman. A lot of outside people benefit from it, and this picture that you see on your screen right now is a dangerous image, because you have to understand that a lot of people don't want to see what you see on your screen right now. They don't want to see a productive black man and a productive black woman unify and create a great family. That's dangerous, because they figured, okay, we got two people, a black couple, they have some sense in their head, have the ability to create children with some sense. This can lead on a legacy that can basically tarnish or aggravate what we have going on within our system, whether it's racism, whether it's white supremacy, whether it's just government forces that try to keep black people as a permanent underclass. So people hate to see this image right here. So what happens is that they throw in all type of different forces to try to break this up. Whether it's outsourcing jobs and making the work feel a lot harder for black men, whether it's basically displaying certain negative stereotypes and images within the media to basically give off the perceptions that there's this constant friction between the black man and the black woman. And then you got the kids sitting back looking at it, and they say, well, I don't like the way that black man is treating that black woman. I don't like the way that black woman is treating that black man. So they grow up and they start having certain perceptions, and they start having a certain mindset, especially if they're not coming up in a two-parent household, because the two-parent household brings balance to the game. And like I said before, I got the opportunity to see what it was like to live in a two-parent household and a single-parent household. So I have a very broad perspective on the effects and disadvantages that come with a family being broken up. But there's a lot of outside things that contribute to the destruction of the black family. Whether it was welfare, back in the 70s, whether it's the police targeting black males and black women, but especially black males, trying to get them locked up in a prison industrial complex to basically make a profit off of them. Whether it's black women out here playing into certain negative stereotypes, always feeling like they have to be the aggressive one, they have to be the sole provider, or they have to be Miss Macho and can't step back and say, what, let me let my husband deal with this, let me let the man be the man. So it's just a lot of things that cause a lot of friction within the black family. A lot of times these things ultimately lead up to divorce or separation. And then you have this thing that comes into place called child support. And it's always been a misconception that it's just black women out here. When the black family does break up or it doesn't work out or whatever, the black woman is the one that's always a sole provider, or she's always the one in sorrow, and it's the black man that won't step into his responsibilities, when in reality we have a lot of single black fathers out here, and that's not always talked about. We have black men that take care of their responsibilities, but maybe the woman that they were with is not doing what she needs to do. And then also, there's times where, there is the black man that's not stepping up to his responsibility. But, I wanted to really do this video because I wanted to bring awareness to what really is going on out here, because a lot of times, we get into relationships as black, and we got baggage that we're holding on to. You know, you got people who grew up in a single parent household, so they don't really know how to be treated by a man or how to be treated by a woman. So they go into society with all these different concepts and perspectives that are totally wrong. Or we have outside people who are trying to tarnish what we're trying to build. And you know, with the whole child support thing, we really have to be careful with who we lay down with, you know. And you know, I'm almost 28 years old. I don't have any children, you know. I don't have child support payments coming in, or you know, some baby mama scratching up my car and you know, bullshit like that, because I was smart enough to stay away from that. Now I'm not gonna say, you know, I didn't do my thing when I was younger, you know. I'm not gonna say that, but also I was always raised to be wise about my decisions. You know, if you're gonna go down and you're gonna have sex with a woman, you make sure you protect yourself. You make sure you ask questions. You know, if you're in a committed relationship, if you don't want children at the moment, you make sure she on some goddamn birth control. And that's something that, you know, I try to, like, the younger cats that's coming up, and they, you know, they ask me for advice or whatever, or, you know, just, you know, cats that are younger than me that, you know, might be just 21 years old, you know, just reaching that manhood. I'll say, you know, always find out what the hell is going on with your woman. Ask questions. And a lot of times, from the male's perspective and the woman's perspective, we don't ask the right type of questions. You know, we meet each other and we talk about, well, what do you like to do? And you know, oh, that song, yeah, that's a cool song. Or what do you do as a profession? Or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We ask, you know, general questions, but we don't really get deep into a person's mindset. And I think, you know, we do have a lot of people within our community. It's a small percentage, you know, that which people don't talk about, but we do have people who, you know, are very destructive. They have a destructive mindset. They don't want to take care of their responsibility. They don't want to build a family with you. They don't want to be a productive citizen. They don't want to do none of that. All they want to do is basically be opportunists, whether it's, you know, the woman solely looking for a mate that, you know, can bring financial stability to her life, or, you know, whether it's the man just trying to get enough, or vice versa. So we don't really ask the right questions, and what happens is that, you know, we end up basically just being lustful over someone, and we lay down with these people. We're not being responsible, and I don't want to, you know, make it seem as if this is just a black community. This is all different type of ethnicity, but I want to focus on my people because I understand the destruction it leads to, and I understand the outside forces. But we lay down with people that are no good, and people who are not trying to build a future, and then we create children in a dysfunctional relationship. And then you have to deal with things like child support, and a lot of times we have bitter women out here that don't want the man to see his children. That happens a lot because she's really heartbroken, and she feels like she was abandoned. So what did she say? She said, okay, well, the best way I can get back at this man is try to keep his kids away from him. I'm gonna take off to a different state, or, you know, I'm going to not answer his phone calls. I'm going to try to restrict him from seeing his children. And, you know, a lot of our brothers got to wake up on it, because we do have bitter, vindictive women out here. You know, if the woman don't want to let you see her kids, you don't have to sit up there and argue with her and go back and forth and all that. You take her ass to court. Because the minute you're not paying that child support, you better believe them papers will be in the mail. So, you know, there's ways around this, and, you know, it's really a sad situation. But, you know, I just think that us as black folks here in America, we need to just be more cautious about who we lay down with, male and female. Ask the right questions. Okay, make sure that, you know, if you're gonna lay down with someone, you're not gonna protect yourself. Make sure this is someone that you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with. Don't be, you know, careless about creating another life with a woman or a man you don't see no future with. Just because, you know, the sex is good, or this person is making a certain amount of money, or this person looks good or whatever, that doesn't mean that that's the person that you need to bond yourself with for the rest of your life, because once you create a child with someone, you guys are bonded for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. Now you might stop payment, child support payments or whatever, until the child is 18, but you guys will always be connected because you both are that child's parents. So this is things that, you know, we really just have to think about, you know. And I was telling the cat on Facebook, you know, cool dude, shout out to Paul. You know, I was telling him a couple of weeks ago that, you know, the older you get, you start to make more proper and better decisions with, you know, your sexual life, and, you know, the type of women you deal with. And, you know, Paul's a wild cat. You know, he says a lot of wild stuff on Facebook, but also I understand that he's young. Also I understand that you know, you have to mature, and you have to have life experiences to really bond who you would be as a man. And when you're young, you're gonna make mistakes. You know, you're gonna have a certain type of mindset, but always listen to cats that are older than you. You know, I'm 28, but I listen to cats that are, you know, in their 40s, or, you know, their 50s, because those guys have experienced things that you haven't experienced. They've experienced the same stuff that we're going through, with whether it's with women, whether it's with you know, the job market, whether it's with careers, wanting, you know, what's your next move, you know, almost having that midlife crisis or whatever. They went through that. So it's always important to get that wisdom, you know, get that other perspective. Listen to cats or women that are older than you, because they've been there and they've done that. But, you know, I just want to you know, just really bring awareness to, you know, my people, and the black family structure, because I think this is something that is missing. Yes, there are good, solid black families out there, but these families are not always mentioned. You know, they're not always displayed for us as youngins coming up, or young adults to see. Okay, you know, as soon as you turn on the TV or you go on social media, you're seeing a lot of these negative stereotypes out here. So, you know, psychologically, what that does is it implants a negative mindset, especially if you don't have that balance in your household. But, you know, black folks, let's really start being more mindful about the people that, you know, we lay down with, the people that we build something with. If you don't see yourself being with this person for the rest of the life, I'm not saying right off the bat, you know, as soon as you meet them, you have to feel that type of way. But if this person doesn't contain character, integrity, someone you can build something with, have a wise mind, and can really maneuver themselves through society and the issue that we deal with as black Americans, if this is somebody that doesn't display those qualities, someone that you can't sit back, you know, and laugh, you know, watch a movie with, someone that you can love and create a family with, you don't need to be dealing with them. Because what's going to happen is you guys are going to put yourself in a situation that you don't need to be in. And the picture is always painted for you. I mean, you know, brothers, we know when we dealing with a, you know, a simple-minded chick, you know, all that they like to put out there is if guys don't, you know, we don't have any scruples in our head. We know when we dealing with a trifling chick. Women, y'all know when y'all dealing with a trifling dude, you know, don't want to take his responsibilities, don't do shit, don't want to do shit. You know that. But somehow we continue to put ourselves in a lot of these predicaments that are very destructive, not only to ourselves but to our community. But, you know, that's all I want to say. You know, let's start building productive, positive black families, because it's a beautiful picture here. It really is, and I want to see more of this. I don't want to see us being, you know, stereotyped, or, you know, us being labeled as, you know, the single parents all the time, whether it's for the male or the woman.